Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we're going to be talking about some very important developer updates around the release schedule of Phase 2, as well as a couple of other things, including console mods, with new information directly from the developers. So if that is something you're interested in, make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. Now, right off the bat, I would like to clarify that the mod that I am using, which is Frog's Fab4's F450, is one of Frog's premium mods, and if you would like more info on those, I'll leave a link in the description down below to Frog's Discord. The other vehicle that you saw at the beginning, which is Frog's Excursion, that's actually a publicly available mod, so if you look that up on mod.io, you'll be able to download that and play around with it. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into all of the updates. Now, what we're going to be looking at today is the official October community update from the SnowRunner developers themselves. Now, this is an update posted by Jellyfish, one of the community managers, and you can, if you want to actually read this update in detail, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below as well. But he begins with saying, "Hello, SnowRunners. We have an exciting community update to share with you today. First off, we'd like to confirm that the Season 2 update is officially coming in November for all platforms. And this is the largest update we've released for SnowRunner so far." Now, they don't give a specific day, but they do give a month, rather, the month of November. And I'm really hoping that we see this in early November. I know a lot of people were predicting November for Phase 2, and so if you were one of the ones that predicted Phase 2 to come in November, you were correct. Now, starting off with the Season 2 content, Season Pass owners, this is content for Season Pass owners, remember. Season Pass owners will get 2 large maps in the Yukon, Canada region. This fresh new land will task you with a single overarching goal of building basically a giant processing plant, and the order that you do the contracts, tasks, and missions in is up to you. Now, they've also said that since we are seeing a lot of speculation, we'd also like to mention that although mods on consoles will not be coming in the next update, i.e. the initial Phase 2 drop, we still consider them part of Phase 2. Now, that could be a little bit confusing, and it was even a little bit confusing for me when I read it, but basically what that means is the first Phase 2 drop on the release build of the game on PC and consoles will not be the only drop in Phase 2. Console mods will be a Phase 2 drop, just not the initial Phase 2 drop. They've said, "We are making good progress at the moment, testing existing mods and preparing them for consoles. Please keep in mind that only selected mods will be on console." This is something we already knew, and I'm sure that they are preparing for that first wave of a console mod rollout. They've also said, "We will release more information on how to make your mod eligible for consideration on consoles later." Now, they go on to say, "With this update, we're introducing changes to our mod packaging system that prepares for mods on consoles. Therefore, mods that haven't been repackaged using the Patch 10 mod editor and re-uploaded on mod.io will not work. So if you're eager to be prepared when Patch 10 goes live, you can prepare your mods ahead of time by using the PTS mod editor, but not applying the changes on mod.io until Patch 10 goes live for the release build of the game." Now, back to the new vehicles. This is also Season Pass content. Season 2 also brings 3 brand new vehicles, the CAT 770G and TH357 telehandler. The 770G is the largest truck the game has ever seen, and the TH357, in their words, is a nimble scout equipped with a forklift. And then they've also said that finally the KRS-58 Bandit is a sturdy 8x8 rescue vehicle adapted for the most inhospitable terrain. They've also said, an interesting side note, this vehicle was actually chosen by our early beta testers back in March of 2019. So very interesting little shout out to the community and a little fact about the KRS Bandit in there, which I love the KRS Bandit. It's a wonderful truck, and every little bit of driving that I've done with it has been very successful. Every mission I've done with it has been very successful. Everything I've used it for, it has more than lived up to my expectations, and I definitely recommend getting your hands on it and using it when Phase 2 goes live. Now, free content. For those of you that are not Season Pass subscribers to SnowRunner, basically there will be a lot of free content coming. And I would love to know your thoughts in the description box down below, yet again, on if you think they are providing enough free content for those of you that aren't in the Season Pass, and also if you think the Season Pass is worth it. Personally, I definitely think the Season Pass is worth it, but that's also completely 100% up to you guys to decide. Now, moving on into the free content itself, the free content will include new trial maps, which are basically skill-based challenges. If you guys have played the previous trial maps, you'll know what those are, and if you haven't, I highly recommend checking them out because they're actually really, really fun. And they're also going to revisit Tamir and Alaska for new missions. They're also adding new add-ons and extreme cargo, as well as much requested features such as the ability to secure vehicles to trailers, which it's really, really awesome that that's one of the free features. I'm glad that they're not, you know, kind of like excluding that to just the Season Pass. But to be fair, they couldn't really do that because it's a core feature of the game now, or at least it's going to be a core feature of the game once Season 2 goes live, once the Season 2 update goes live. So really, really happy to see that coming. Now, briefly, I would like to talk about the changes to the mod reward system. Now, it's interesting. They say here, with last month's mod rewards, it became clear from your feedback that we overcorrected by only allowing unique models to be eligible. However, we feel like modders who go the extra mile by creating their own models should also be awarded. That's why we're including mods with unique and publicly available models as separate categories, which is a very interesting move. They say, we believe this is the fairest possible solution that celebrates both the approachability, quick development, and variety of mods, as well as the skill and time commitment of creating your own models from scratch. Our hope is that these will be the rules that we keep for months to come. And that seems like a pretty fair approach to me. I know there was a big, you know, not necessarily like a battle, but there was a big discussion between, you know, various sides of the mod community and various creators, and they all made some really good points, but it's really nice to see them come to a sort of middle ground here. Now, they've also said that they are going to be doing a community treasure hunt, which is kind of an interesting thing. I was a little surprised by this, but they said back in March last year, we held an augmented reality game using clues from several of our trailers, and as a way of congratulating the players quickest to complete the puzzle, we will have their names immortalized in SnowRunner in patch 10, which is very, very, very cool. The winners were Aspen Cooper and Samosaurus Rex, and they basically did graffiti art, and they're going to actually be putting that art into the game in patch 10, so it's very, very, very cool. They've said 13 of these tags are hidden across SnowRunner's base game maps on rocks, trees, etc. It'll be up to you to find them all, but here's where it gets interesting. The first person to find all 3 tags will receive a free key for SnowRunner Premium Edition, and there is no deadline. So that is very, very, very interesting. Now, if you would like to partake in that treasure hunt, they give full detailed information on how to go about doing that in the full community update and in that release. Now, just to wrap up here, I am very, very, very excited to see all of this information coming out, and I'm very excited that they're talking about it. They're continuing to give updates, albeit, you know, still slightly vague on console mods. I really wish they would give us a little bit more, maybe a video clip, maybe some more screenshots. I'd really like just a little bit more, and I know a lot of the community would as well. If you feel the same way about that, please do let me know in the comment section down below. And I definitely think that for me, I know that I would like to see more from the developers themselves in terms of letting the community really know where they are. And because a lot of people are, now keep in mind, I am still very, very, very faithful that console mods will be coming. And the interesting thing about that is they have confirmed by what they said earlier about how they will still be considering console mods part of Phase 2. That means that they have to drop before Phase 3. They have to drop before Phase 3. So we will not be hearing, well, at least I hope we won't be hearing anything about Phase 3 until we have either a set release date for console mods or a very, very, very clear public roadmap for when those are going to be dropping. Now, I would love to know, like I said before, love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on how you feel about anything that we talked about in this video. Are you excited to get your hands on the Yukon? Are you excited for console mods? When do you think they'll be dropping? I personally, my hope is that Phase 2 itself drops early November, and that console mods drop maybe late November, but I feel like that's a little bit, I feel like I'm reaching a little bit with that. I would say, realistically, console mods, if they're going to be considered part of Phase 2, we may see them in early to mid-December. We'll see about that. But yet again, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed, and also let me know what you are looking forward to as we move closer and closer to a release of Phase 2 on consoles and PC on the release build of SnowRunner. So, with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and I'll see y'all next time.